Alrighty, hello once again, Internet. This is Cosbach coming at you with another Scarworld stream. And of course, as soon as I start talking, we got Sunny jumping up. So he's coming up to say hi. We do the usual puppy check in here before we get things fired up, so we'll give everybody a chance to go ahead and shuffle in here. Would you get your puppy time coming up here? What are you doing, buddy? You coming to say hi? You gonna say hi? What are you doing? Let me back up the chair a little bit so he can climb up. Alright, come on. You are getting big. You are getting big, buddy. Oh, that's right. I need to switch the category. I forgot. Let's change this. And get that switched to... Nope. This one. I got everything else prepped for the stream, but I forgot to update the title and information there. Okay. There we go. I think that's got it up to date. Okay. All right. Come back up. Come back up. We'll get our puppy time in here. Come on up here while people shuffle in. Oh, so yeah, we'll give it a couple of minutes while everybody files in here, gets the alerts, see that it's all gone up here. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Of course, I'm not really speaking to anybody right now except the YouTube audience. Once you you go and pull this up on the later uploads. Are you being a good boy, Sonny? What are you up to? What are you up to, huh? You being good? He had his vet appointment today. He got the last of his immunizations done, so he's all good for the rest of this year. I'm thinking about putting him in puppy daycare, every once in a while, just to give him an opportunity to spend some more time to play with some other dogs.
Jazz hands.
Hey, there's somebody. How's it going? Thanks so much for the follow. How you doing today? We're gonna get the Minecraft portion fired up here. We're just doing starting up for the moment. We usually start out on the stream here with puppy time. We got Sunny up here, kind of giving his introduction. Of course, he just won't leave me alone if I don't come up and see him when we get started. So come up here, look up here, say hi. So I hope there's no objections, but yeah, we love the puppy time here. What are you doing? You being a good boy. You can't sleep here on me. You can't fall to sleep on me. We're going to stream today. We are going to get streaming here. What are you doing? He's just giving me the eyes. Oh, understand. Oh, that's really cool. Well, hopefully I'm a fairly decent example here. I have a little bit of technical talk that I'm going to get into with some things later. So if you don't understand it, it's specific stuff about trains. It is what most of it's going to be. So hopefully that doesn't become too much of a barrier here. But just for our general chats, we'll hopefully be easy enough to understand. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow, and yeah, hope you enjoyed tonight here. Hey, Copperopoulos, how's it going? Yep, he's coming up here. He's been clinging to me pretty much this whole past week. But yeah, just as I said, was saying earlier, he had his vet appointment, got the last of his shots today, so he's just wanting to cling. All right, buddy, I should get the stream going. We actually got people coming in. Can you hop down? Can you hop down for me? We'll give you your chewy. There you go. You stay. Stay right there. We'll give him his chewy, and then we will get going here. There you go. And he usually hangs out on the bed over here, although lately he's been wanting to crawl more towards my feet. We'll see what he does here. I just kind of let him go and do his thing, so he just kind of does whatever in the background. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the Minecraft layout switched back, because that's what we're going to be working on here. Oh, actually, before I get going, let me show you a little bit more of what I'm going to be working on tonight with some of my reference images. And I've got this set up so that I can pull this up later. So, if you're not aware, I am the line developer for a pen and paper role-playing game. That's what my base in Minecraft for this season of Scarworld is based off of. And one of the big engines, and this base is essentially built back in the late 1800s. It's all based, like I said, it's really complicated to explain to get into the full description. But there's a lot of trains around, but we'll leave it at that. And one of the big engines, and probably the big engine for the fantasy world that it describes, is called the Dreadnaught. And this is the engine that it's based off of. My base is based off of British steam engines. This is actually a Japanese steam engine, is what it's based off of. There's a couple of differences, but this is the reference picture we have in the book, and this is what we're going to be working on building. So I got a couple of other ones, just so I have some other reference images. You can see what it looks like. But this is what we're going to be putting together. Now, some of these, they're model pictures and they're small, so they may not all be quite as useful. But it's always good when I'm building things from real life to get pictures of it from different angles as much as possible. And there are a few differences that I'll go into a little bit. If you don't understand it, don't worry about it. It's a bunch of technical talk about trains. So if you do enjoy that sort of thing, I mean, definitely you'll have some fun here. If not, you don't have to worry about that. But this is what we're going to be building today. Anyway, so with that out of the way, and I'll probably switch back the views every so often, just so we can kind of compare here. But let's go ahead. I'm going to get the Minecraft audio back up now that I'm done with my intro. And before we get going, I am going to go ahead and get our music running. And I've been going through, I've added a bunch of additional liked tracks for the music, so hopefully we get some new things to mix this up a little bit with. Let me go ahead, since we got some new people in here, I will show off my base. This is my big iron farm. This is normally where I will AFK and spend a bunch of my time, just so I can generate iron, because tracks need a lot of iron. They're all built with anvils, with the size of these things. So yeah, I need a ton of iron. You can see the iron farms in here. There's actually 5 of them total, and then they all feed into the big storage system in the back. Let's see, I don't think we're going to get any iron growing spawning right at the moment, just because it's just come back today. They tend to be most active at night. But anyway, we will swing back down here. But yeah, and then you can see that's how much storage I have allocated for iron. Now, it's not all full. Right now, I just used this torch as a marker. So the chests are full up to this point. You can tell how much time I've spent AFK on this thing and letting it generate iron. But, I need it. And this is just kind of a factory building, so I have a couple other little redstone builds for supplies set up in here. Yeah, just kind of set it up like a factory floor, and it was just a convenient place to put them. So anyway, let's go through. I have added a bunch of color to the outside of the hotel here, and I'll get a better look at it from the front here in a moment. But just to show these off, I did these on stream the other day. It started with this design. We did this when we were building the stream tower towards spawn. So how to get this to work? This is an upside-down half slab, and it's waterlogged, so that way the coral is in contact with water, so it won't turn gray, it won't die. I put an item frame on the block underneath the coral, which you can do, they will stack, and then you have an item inside of there. And then we have the latest Armor Stand book, which lets you make item frames invisible, so that's why I have that. But yeah, I love the look that it adds, especially because this is kind of an alien world that this is taking place on. And then I also have regular corals, so they kind of look like bushes. So it gets us a little bit of a height differential and adds some color in here. And really kind of makes it look foreign. It is what I was going for. It should look kind of alien. But as far as other builds back here, this one in here is just a big farming building. We've got, 4 farms all crammed in here. Very simple sugarcane farm. Sugarcane breaks in the middle, mine cart goes and picks them up. Pumpkin farm in here. Pistons crush, and then the minecart just goes through to pick them up. This is built on top of a squid farm, so underneath me here is all water opened up. If I need chicken or eggs or feathers, this is where I throw my chickens in. I just got the very simple dispenser to shoot out the eggs, and then can kill them off. Couple little potion items, just convenient place to tuck them in. But yeah, that's where those are. And these are loaded while my iron farm is loaded, so I have that. Inside the hotel, and you can see I've still got my scaffolding up. I'm working on finishing off the rooms with villagers. The lower levels are filled. So this is where all my trading is. This big, crappy-looking structure here out of stone bricks, that's going to go away. That's my very temporary village breeder. I say temporary, but it's been there for, like, almost a year now. Whenever it was that I first moved out here. Okay, so it hasn't been a year, but it's been a few months. So I'm almost done with it. But you can see I'll just show the one level down here where I got the villagers all set up in here. This is where I get my bricks from. I've got the clerics on this side for the brewing stands. And each level has different villagers on it. Right now, I'm filling in weavers, or whatever it is, shepherds, I think. Because I can sell dyes to them. And I'm specifically getting ones that will buy red dye and white dye, because I get free red dye as just something to dispose of from the iron farm, from the poppies, so I'll just sell those. And I can get tons of bones and bone meal from pretty much every other farm that does anything organic. And this one, for whatever reason, my ink farm also spawns creepers and drowned and skeletons. I don't know how it does that. I did not design it to do that, but it just does. But it's all lava at the bottom, and they end up going in there. So I just said the heck with it. It gets me some gunpowder and some other supplies, but yeah, when I have an overflow for items, I'll sell those off, so I can sell the white dyes as just extra income. But this I am working on just kind of in bits and pieces. I'm setting up a stable. This is my base does naturally spawn horses, so I've collected them up, and gives me somewhere to put it. And it's Victorian era British base. It makes sense they'd still be using horses. This is my storage facility, which I still need to figure out what the heck I'm doing with this. I have not decided on how to finish out this. I think I'm just gonna cap the wall there and probably put a second layer on this thing, and then just split the storage a little bit more. So I just put the items I don't need quite as much in there, and I don't need larger quantities for. This all in here is mostly the bulk storage items. This is the big portal, and within the lore of my game line, this big portal is what brings the British into this foreign world. It's kind of a lost world sort of situation. So they run a rail line through it and have trains coming in. This is the main station house. This is based off of London Victoria Station. And then right next to it is the Grosvenor Hotel. Also, in the actual world, it's on this side, but it just worked on this side for my Minecraft base. So you can get the view of these in here. A lot of detail work, especially on these Victorian roofs. Yeah, there is so much going on with it. Yeah, and in the lore for this base, it's a pen and paper role-playing game that I'm actually the line developer of. So this isn't exactly how it's described in the books, but it fits within how it works in the Minecraft world, and just kind of sort of a vision of how it would work imagined into this world. But you can see some of the rail lines that have been brought in here. This one's more of a supply train. We've got a couple of coaches being brought in. And these are real-world trains. Sonny, no, you need to get down. Oop. Wrong button. So this is an LYR 060, Class 25. And this is the BNR 422 Sterling. And yeah, as you'll see when I get talking about the big train we're going to do today, I am a rail nerd. So yeah, just kind of doing the canvas around, but yeah, all based off of real-world engines, and time accurate. The game that I run is called 1879, and it starts in there. It's basically 1880s is where we're at now. The timeline's progressed a little bit. Yeah, this is a Yates 060 saddle tank, and I have was an 042 or was it an 062? Yeah, it's an 042. I think this one was LNER. I can't remember off the top of my head now who it was that produced this engine. I have it in my notes, I just can't remember right off the top of my head. So, but yeah, just bringing in the cargo trains here. We've got a steam crane up here, and then all the buildings set up inside of the rail line are just other farms. Like you can see, I've got a bamboo farm in here. I've got a cactus farm over on the other side of this thing. That one right there with the end brick. And over in here, I've got kind of the animal paddocks, and there is a sheep farm inside of there just to generate wool. But yeah, so tried to just make use of the space, keep everything functional, but also still fitting within the aesthetic. Oh, and then this big boy over here, that is the super smelter. But here, let me show off the map. You can see where I'm currently at in progress. So, yeah, my map currently spans a 5x5 grid in areas that I've touched on building. Yeah, the thing's just huge. Where we're going to be working at, and I do kind of need to finalize where exactly I'm doing this. I think I'm going to do it up here. But let's go ahead and get our site picked out. And just confirm where exactly we're doing this thing. So you can see I built one shed over here. This is a smaller shed, and this is where the tank engines would go. And then I've got the layout for a bigger shed, and I haven't built it yet because I have not built one of the big engines yet. The big Dreadnaughts is what they're called in the game. So I haven't finalized this because I'm not 100% sure how big it's going to end up being yet, and I don't want to. I want to make sure that the engine would actually fit in the shed. So if I need to make the shed a little bit bigger, I can still play with that before I build up all the walls. I don't really want to have to redo that. So I'm thinking I may go on and build one in here just to have this set. So I can have one in the shed, and I'm probably going to end up having one eventually out here on the main line. I don't know if I want to mess with it on the bridge or going out this way. I'm thinking this way because this way I have a much longer stretch of track. This is going to end up going into a tunnel, and that will kind of cap off where the build goes. But this way I can actually put up a full train. And I think that would look kind of cool. I mean, I can do one here, it just I can't fit quite as many cars in. So I think that's where I'm going to end up putting the line for this. But anyway, and you know, I did not realize I still don't have a floor in here. I guess I knew that I didn't, but just didn't really even think about it. I did gray concrete powder in there, so it was kind of ballast, but still more of a finished floor. I'm doing the ballast that goes down and everywhere else is a mix of gray, light gray for concrete powders, and gravel. And that just fits like you would have with a real world rail track. You would have the ballast here. That's mostly going to be for watershed, so you don't really get water sitting and hanging around the tracks and that sort of thing, and causing the soil to leach away. You have the ballast that replaces it, and then the water just wicks away and can disperse and leak into the soil. And that helps prevent the tracks from getting any warpage or droops or anything like that. Yeah. So going big. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do when I actually end up going through. So I'm going to need to remember how to build this so I can do another one, at least one more. Possibly two. I could even just build a second one with a smaller train going the other direction. Depends on how complicated this thing is, and this is going to be a hard one because it has all the streamlining on the outside. It takes away a lot of the detail and things. Like here, you can look at these engines and see. You can see how much detailing goes into this. And yeah, it makes it very complicated, but it's a much more interesting design than just blocks. Even compared to the other, the little 042 tank over there. That one's very much just, it's side tank, so you don't really have all the intricacies in trying to make that work around the boiler. Or the Yates here, or the OIR rather. I think is the more interesting one to look at the boiler. So you can see how the running plates look down below. And then just getting all the different texture variations. But yeah, I am pretty much committed to using Blackstone for the big boy. I think I'm just going to keep it all with the polished Blackstone. It sort of looks like pig iron, is kind of the texture. I went with the bricks on this one, really just because it's a little bit darker black, and that way I could get some contrast. But with the Dreadnaught, there is not quite as much definition going through, because it is all streamlined. So like all this with the round boiler and everything, you can see in the image that I put up, and I'll flash it up here. Let me switch that over again. A second. So you can see what I'm talking about here on the image. The boiler's all covered by the streamlining plate, and the idea was so that there wouldn't be air getting in. And within the game, the idea is so that it's armored. It's going to provide extra protection, because this is a militarized zone that they're in this other world, kind of having to conquer things. So you get the big armored plow rather, and get everything all protected and keep the boiler protected and contained. But it doesn't make it very interesting from a Minecraft aspect. So this one's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I've been dreading this, I guess. I don't say dreading, but just putting this one off on getting it done. I gotta get in the right headspace for it, but I think it's finally time for me to start sort of piecing it together. So anyway, I think I know where I'm going more or less. Let's get some shulkers together so I can grab... Let's see what I have. You know what? I'm actually really quick. I'm gonna fill in that floor, or at least partially. Here, I got some gray dyes there already. Just looking through. I just ran out of concrete powder. Unless I still have... Oh, good. I still have some here from another build. That was from when I was building Totoro of Armor Stance. Oh, God, that stream. That stream killed me. That was a 6-hour stream. Building that giant thing. If you've never done Armor Stand projects, they are just extremely time-consuming. Alright. Yeah, I definitely think I want to put it on this one here. so that it makes sense why the turntable's facing it. Sonny, stop clawing at me. Go on, go lay down. He's down on the other side here and he's scratching at me. I just spent the last like 3 hours snuggling with him, but it's not enough. He just can't get enough of it. So we will whip through this real quick. But yeah, so how's everybody else doing this weekend? Hope you're all having a good time. Finding some things to keep you occupied with. I know I had his vet appointment today, and just some other little mundane stuff doing around the house. There's a bunch more things that I need to be doing. I need to actually be doing some more writing on the game line, but you know, you got to take the inspiration when it comes. I can't really force it. And when I get into a mode and start writing, I write tons. I can just start whipping through. I mean, with a night when I'm inspired, I can whip out 10,000 words easy. I do that in maybe like 3 hours or so, but I can't really force it. Like I said, you just got to take the inspiration when it comes to do things. So I need to get it done this weekend, so I am going to have to take some time and force myself to get going. But yeah, we definitely have more writing that needs to get put in the bank so we can get this book out the door. Although I'm waiting on my art guy who's working on the layout. We're doing 2 books with the next Kickstarter. There will be Fort Alice, which is what my base is. We'll be going all over this in detail. And then there is a second part of an adventure that's already been written. We're waiting for him to do the preliminary layout so we can start critiquing and getting it designed and figure out how we want the books to look as we're going forward. We've just kind of gotten done doing a little bit of a transition point. The last books we put out were the Players and Game Masters companions, so those sort of complete the base rule set. And since I had taken over as line developer, there was another guy prior to me who was heading everything. So we've got parts of books that were done, and those I think had the most put together out of everything as far as the material is concerned. So these we're really starting to get more into stuff where I have a little bit more free reign to do what I want. I mean, I can still do what I want with things. If there's a section where I simply say no, I don't want to use this material, it's not going to work. Or if I want to create something new, I put it in there. And I actually did do that for one section with the companions. There was one part where it was just like it was not going to work for the type of story I want to put going forward within the game line. And so we swapped it out. That's what I replaced with fairies. And so far that has been really well received. And I'm really glad that people seem to be enjoying, one, that I included them in the game line. But then 2, just how I've gone through and implemented them mechanically and within the lore, how they're going to work with things. It's something that's never been done with this type of, at least for our company, with FASA. It's never been done with the game lines before. Oh, I think we'll have just enough of this. But it's interesting. A bunch of people I've talked to on our forums and stuff have said that they introduced Fae into their game because let's face it, as a game master, when you're running a role-playing game, you want to use fairies because they're just fun to mess with people. You can just screw with their heads, and they are a fantastic way to do it because that's their MO. That's what fairies do. If you ever read Midsummer's Night's Dream, I mean that's what fairies do. It's just screw with people's heads. So they're fantastic for that. But anyway, so the people I've talked to that have actually implemented Fae into their games have all said the way that I did it is pretty much how they have. And I did try to do it in a way that left it fairly open. Fae I kind of see sort of like the Joker in that they wouldn't want to be tied down to any one particular backstory or method of working or anything like that. Like the Joker's quote, if I have to have a backstory, I want it to be multiple choice. Wow, we had just enough to finish that off. Excellent. This is not lit up yet. I still need to tear out sections of the yard here and get the ballast put in. And I've been hiding glowstone and putting carpets over it for the other sections. Let's fly back. You know, I didn't grab my other rockets. I have a shulker of them. But yeah, my main bed I keep in here. We'll jump in here, sleep the night off, grab a sip of tea. There we go. Let's get some rockets out. Sonny, go lay down. I know what you're trying to do, and you can't jump up here. Sometimes I don't walk out the front door, sometimes I do fly out the roof. I am going to put a roof on this thing. Like I said, Victorian roofs for the big buildings are super detailed and complicated, and yeah, it's one of those ones where I've just been putting off. It will look fantastic once it's done. Just like this. I mean, I think they look just terrific and how they're set up. But it's a huge pain in the butt to get it done. So it's one of those ones where it's just like, I'm not in a rush. I'll get it later. It's coming down to the point where some of these things that I've been putting off for later, later's coming around the corner here. So if I don't start getting them done, I never will. But yeah, we are going to need a bunch of blackstone. I'm just grabbing what finished bits I have in here. I don't think I'm going to need more anvils there. Well, we'll see. I'll go ahead and grab that just for giggles. I guess we'll grab these. And when I say I don't know how this is coming together, I am being totally honest. I have no idea how exactly I'm going to be putting this together just yet. Yeah, this is going to get a little bit interesting to see how it ends up going. Oh, but I also want to grab some torches. Let's just grab an empty box. I have not organized my boxes to clear out some of the partial ones from previous projects yet. Let's grab 2, and then I will fill both of these up with blackstone, as long as I have enough. Uh-oh, got some basalt in there. Did the filter come out? Or was that just a misclick? I think that was just a misclick. I hope that was just a misclick. We'll deal with a broken filter system later. Okay. Well, and a lot of the time when I'm designing these things, I will go and sit and do it in creative first. I'm just going to grab it all, and then I will dump back what I don't put in there. I definitely need to go make a purchase on some more blackstone. I have enough lucrative businesses that I can buy most of my supplies here. I don't have to go out and grind for it myself. Certain things I do. And certain things I do just, to do the grind. Anyway, we have... Where did my... There's charcoal. Let's hit the bamboo farm. And we'll get some sticks. And then I'm just going to torch that area up for now. So, make sticks. 4 stacks of torches should be enough for what's around there. And then we'll deal with the rest of this later. I have said this on other streams, and if this is your first time tuning into me, you will have heard it. Last season on Scarworld, I built Mos Eisley, and that was a huge build. But the biggest pain in the butt with sand is there is not a good way to light it up. There's just not. You know, I get what Anakin was talking about when he talked about how much he hated sand in the prequels. And I covered, like, what was it, 12 maps, I think? Maybe more than that, of sand. It was an artificially created desert. Yeah, I hate Endermen for the same reason there, because they kept stealing it. Like, not only do I have to deal with this sand, but now I gotta deal with you guys swiping it from me, so I gotta go back and patch the holes all the time. But yeah, there's just no good way to light up sand. You know, there's no carpets that look good, nothing works right. You know, there's no glass that functions for it. You gotta hide it. I mean, I can hide it into the buildings and that sort of thing, but I can't really do that for the open desert. So the area, and that was what I wanted to have, was, you know, if you look at Mos Eisley, it's all open desert around there. It's not like there's a lot of buildings everywhere in civilization. I built up the buildings for the base, but, you know, you can't, those aren't everywhere. And that one's off at this. I'm not exactly doing this in a grid. I'm just roughly spacing it where it needs to be. Okay, and there's glowstone underneath all the rails, so we should be good there. Yeah, you did the torch spam when you're helping me over there. I mean, but I don't think anyone likes torch spam. It just doesn't look good. And, you know, for me, I just dealt with the mobs. I was just like, whatever, I'll just deal with them as they pop up. I actually got really good with a bow at just shooting them. But, yeah, I don't think anyone likes the look of torch spam. That's one of the best things I can say for the upcoming update, is it'll have the glow lichen. You can use that for sand, because it's a really subtle lighting effect. Husks aren't tough, they're just zombies. They're just zombies that don't burn in the sun. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so... But yeah, now I think the glow lichen will probably help. That's probably the best solution we have right now for lighting sand. But as I was saying, it is so nice doing this base where I don't have to worry about lighting up sand. You know, I can actually throw down glowstone and that sort of thing. And I have ways to hide it, where it'll blend in with the surroundings. Actually, I went through these torches a lot faster than I thought I would. Let's just stick that there. I got one more stack. I don't think that's going to be enough. Just trying to get the areas where the mobs are likely to spawn at. And I think technically that area right by the tracks is still good. But we'll get the lighting effect started here. Yeah, I really don't want to have to deal with creepers coming around. Yes, and that's cool. You know, like if you can do slabs and that sort of thing, fantastic. but I wanted to have actual sand. I didn't want to use, like, half slabs of sandstone. Well, that would have been mob-proof. It's not exactly conducive for, actually looking like sand. But that one was a challenge, but that's why I wanted to do that build. Just because the buildings were all in pretty much one block palette. You didn't have a lot of variation. I did try to add some in. Most of the buildings and everything were smooth sandstone, but then I would use some stripped birch, some regular sandstone, a little bit of actual sand in there, some end stone actually, or the end stone bricks. Yeah, I'm gonna go get another set of torches here so I can finish this off. Get a little bit more charcoal. But, where was I at? Oh yeah, talking about the variation there. But that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to set that challenge for myself to limit my block palette so that I didn't have the full range of things to work on. And I think it forced me to be more structurally minded. And, I wasn't able to add interest to a building by changing out the block palette. Like this one here. Flat wall, but it's got some interest because I have the striking difference between the regular bricks and the end brick. So you can see that. But if I'm doing that all in like sandstone, it all just blends together. So I wouldn't have that sort of texture, or that texture and color difference to rely on to make the building look more interesting. And I wanted to set that challenge for myself as how can I build and do it technically or structurally and actually make it look good. And this will actually be a good tester now that we're getting night. Hey, Koopa, how's it going? Yes! Yeah, the cactus when doing those, I experienced the same thing. If you notice, Copper, I went through and I took down all the cactuses around the base. I hadn't gotten quite as much in the range for the area you had started working on, but for everything else around there, yeah, I had taken the cactuses down. One, because they don't really show up in Star Wars. But two, they just kept looking like creepers off in the distance, and I was just like, nope, had enough of that. I did eventually go take all of them down around the area you were working on, too, so. Gotta get that corner. Well, let's work on this first. Didn't mean to do the double click there. And this may not be 100% perfect, but as long as I can keep the mob spawns down and reduce the likelihood of getting hit by a creeper, I will be happy. I do need to fill in ballast on top of here. That's why I haven't filled all those up all the way. Oh yeah, but yeah, the cactus will regrow after a while, but I took them down entirely. I harvested them all. You can go back in the world save and look at it, and yeah, no, they are gone. Well, I mean, that was for the little bit of natural desert that was there. But all the artificial desert, I didn't put any in. Cactus was probably one of my most harvested blocks last season. I mean, other than sand. Alright, so we need to get that corner. Deal with a couple of guys that popped in here. Oh, I think I made that skeleton despawn. So it's just the one spider. Let's go through and whip this up real quick. And I don't know that I would be in range of anything to track on me from out here. But let's just make sure. Yeah, see, there's another guy popped in there. But these are one-shots with the bow. Oh, he tracked me. Go away. And these with the smooth stone, I've been laying out, thinking about doing some other buildings around. These are more of an afterthought. They're not anything where I'm going to fit really a redstone contraption or anything. They're just sort of filling in the base. Let's fill in that square there. I think that will do it. Hey. Of course, as soon as I come back over here, there's a creeper, but I think I'm okay there. I seriously doubt they're going to track me from all the way over there. Anything that does track me from over there is probably going to be a zombie, because they have the best tracking AI. But they won't blow up my build, so I'm not worried about them. Let's go ahead and fill in these little corners here. I don't know if anything's going to spawn in the space in between the rails inside of the actual shed. I don't know if there's enough space for it or not here. You know what? We can check real quick. No, we're good. We're in between. Everything's above a 6. We're fine. Cool. Okay, don't have to worry about that. And this is all either lit up or spawn proof. That should all be lit up. That's close enough to glowstone be lit up. Okay, we should be good. So, let's get these tossed down, and we will figure out what in the ever-living hell we're doing here. Gonna need that. You know, I should probably go steal one of these chests, because I'm going to end up with extra slots needed. I got some anvils there in case I need them, but we should be okay. I may end up expanding out the rail line a little bit for the shed. We'll see what we end up with here. Anyway, I have some notes. Let me pull this up. So, now, the Japanese engine we're working with, let me go ahead real quick. I'm going to switch back over to the layout here. I'll minimize my notes real quick. And let's find a good shot so I can talk about this a little more. I think that one's the best. Yeah. So, the original engine that we're talking about, and by the way, this is a JNR C53 or Class 53, and this is engine number 43. This is the only engine that was like this that was streamlined. The rest of the C53 engines just had the normal detailing, and it looked more like your classic steam engines. This is the only one that had the streamlining added to it. If you're curious to look it up, like I said, JNR C53 number 43. You can look up plenty of images for it. Quick sip of tea before I go into my engine ramble. Alright, so the original engine is a 462. What this means is there's 4 unpowered wheels, 6 powered wheels, and then 2 unpowered wheels at the back. You would have this on the bigger engines to handle the size of the firebox and in the crew cab, so they can actually take the weight as it's going around corners. And then the bogie up front here with the 4 wheels, that helps it for maneuvering around curves. Take some of the pressure off the flanges to start repositioning the weight and balancing the engine as it goes around the curve. The engine in 1879 is a 464, so we have 4-wheel bogie at the front, 6 drive wheels, 4 wheels at the back. So we're going to have an extra pair of wheels here. It also uses internal cylinders. Now, you can't really see it too well because of the streamlining, but if you've ever seen a classic steam engine, you'll see where they've got the pistons on the outside, and you can see this connecting the driving rod. You have your pistons. This is where the steam power comes through into these pistons. You get a Welshurt's valve that controls which side of the piston the steam is being powered on to drive whether it's going back and forth. and the motion of this driving rod translates into circular motion, which powers the wheels. And here it's external, so it's on the outside of the engine. In the 1879 version, it's described as being an internal drive. So the pistons are not out here. There's, in the axles going between the engines is where the pistons lie. So, really all that means for us in terms of build is we're going to have this connecting rod that goes across the three wheels on the outside, but we will not have the driving rod that connects into the external pistons, because that would be done on the internal pistons, and that's in the undercarriage. So we need to start our wheelbase with 4 smaller wheels. We'll do the 6 large wheels and then the 4 here. This is a big boy engine, so it's definitely larger than... Let me get over here. You can see what I did for the Sterling with just the small wheels, at least for the tender is concerned. I just used these so that I've got that smaller scale. Yeah, and really just kind of setting that up so it's the same size as like my my wheels for cars, carriages, and that sort of thing. They're not powered, so they're just kind of being dragged along. So you can get away with having a smaller wheel there. You would have, the bigger your wheel is, the better traction you get out of it, because you're getting more torque. Just with the farther out from the radius you go. The reason why you would have the larger wheels here is just, especially on the Sterling, is just because of how big this wheel is, and that is the classic of. Oh, it helps if I switch back over to the Minecraft layout. So I'm coming off of here. So you can see out here with the Sterling, this is the big like 10-foot wheels. They're massive. You get a lot more torque off of these wheels, like I said, because of how much larger it is coming out from the radius. And you have the larger non-powered wheels on here just to kind of balance out with this huge wheel. The OIR over here, where it's an 060, there's no unpowered wheels. Everything that you have under here is powered, and I haven't added the connecting rods. I'm going to need to do that with armor stands to detail that, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. Just like on the Sterling, I've only done one drive rod. I haven't even gotten to the other side just yet. This is another one that didn't have external pistons, it was all internal. So it's going to look very much like this. But yeah, so this being the big boy engine, it's definitely going to have bigger wheels than what this is. I've got a feeling I should do my unpowered wheels here. So we'll use the 4 stairs. Do I want to go on and use the big design here for the drive wheels? It kind of makes sense that they'd be that large. Let's get over here and let's see what we can figure out. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and stick and doing with these in Blackstone, just so there's a little bit of color difference, because like I said, the main body of the engine is going to be the polished Blackstone, so I get that sort of pig iron effect. Now, I gotta figure out where the heck I'm going to place this, because it also has this huge plow on the front. And this thing is just massive. Give me just a second, I'm going to switch back over to my other reference image. Okay, but the wheels do actually come up here. I'll switch into... I'm going to try to remember. So you can see here, the non-motive wheels... Oh, let me do it over here rather than OBS. The non-driving wheels are actually up inside of the plow here. So I can go ahead and put my wheelbase down and not have to worry too much about that. I just got to make sure I leave plenty of space off of the front here for getting in the rest of this plow later. And I don't want to just fit it in, so let's leave it back. Let's see, this plow is probably going to come up Didn't I have some half slabs in here? Yeah, here we go. This will help me kind of space out and just get my head on straight as far as where the heck everything's going to be going. So I'm probably going to run the streamlining down to this level. And that plow is very sharp, so we're going to do a single block there. It comes to a sharp point, but it's also very wide, so... You know what? I think I am just going to do this. Let's just start throwing some blocks down and see where it takes us. Now the other part that complicates things a little bit is I need to be able to integrate this with how I've scaled the rest of my build. So as far as like the coaches and that sort of thing is concerned, I got to make sure I can actually attach these things. The coupling for this thing I think goes up a little bit higher. You know what, let me double check over here. How high off the rails have I come? So from the rail I have one block and then the coupling goes on there. So I've only got one block of space. So my coupling would really be coming up on the block here. So like if I go like this, nope. Don't want a slab there, I want the stair. Oh wait! This is a top half slab. So then I want to go like this. And this will be, this isn't going to stay the blackstone, this is going to end up going polished blackstone, so I'm just kind of sorting some things out here. So if we do like this, I think... But the coupling would need to come here. Can I get away with putting one right there? Coming off of the plow like that. I have a couple of general supplies hidden in chests here. That was not what I wanted to do. I'll grab that blackstone wall. So I can get a hold of these. Do I have any grindstones? I do not. Okay. If I can take off, back to the main storage. Let's get in here. Because I am going to end up needing a couple of grindstones, aren't I? There probably will be several trips back and forth for me getting stuff that I've forgotten or need to for reference or all the sort of random crap. Let's see here. Where the heck are you? I know I had some more. There they are. I really need to get my sorting system finished to have spots to throw that sort of crap in. So, I know I can put this on here. Can I get away with this? I think I'll want to add a little bit of armor stand detailing here just to kind of draw the coupling in a little better. Because you've got just these like 2 pixels that come off of here. But I think I can work with that. You know, you have to accept some inaccuracies with things just because it's Minecraft. This is not going to work perfectly, but I think we can work with that. Okay, and so my wheels are here. So then... if this makes up forward portion on this plow... because we've got this part, and then it kind of curves up from here to go into the streamlining. And that's probably not going to be as pronounced in this. Let's see here. How are we looking from the front? Yeah, I think I can get away with that, because that gives me 2 blocks. If I put a door here, I can get away with it, or if I put a door this way going up, like with a trap door on this portion of the block, I can get away with it. Okay, I think we're good. So yeah, let's start our wheelbase here, I think. So then we want to go like this. What do we think of that? Or do I need to go all the way forward? No, I like having that gap there. I think that's good. Okay. So then we'll go here. Scaffold to do this. Alrighty. Good. Okay. I think we can work with that. Let me get... before I get too far ahead of myself, do I have... we're gonna go with you, polish half slabs. That chicken made me panic for a second there. Let's get this replaced with the correct blocks. And I may decide to go and do something a little bit different here for certain sections, but we'll come to that later. There we go. Okay. Cool. And then let's throw down... let's do the slabs for now. Not a whole lot of distinction, but enough. Okay, and then when it comes to the actual streamlining, so that needs to make a little bit of a curve up. Trying to get a handle for my scale here. Oh, you know what? Let's try and get the wheelbase sorted a little further. All right. So if I switch over real quick, just again to show you what I'm looking at, let me get back to this one here. you can see the wheelbase for this bogey is actually fairly well spread apart. It's actually a little bit further than most of them would look. So for... It's like for the... I did a 6-wheel bogey for my coaches, and they're just one block apart. For a 4-wheel bogey over here, I did it as, on the Sterling, I did it as 2 blocks. So you can see what I'm looking at there. I'm thinking this might go as far as 4, just looking at how far spread out that is. We'll try it with 3 and see how that turns out. So, alright, so we need to go 1, 2, 3. Then that'll be my block there. Yeah, I said sometimes I might have to accept something not looking quite right in Minecraft because, you know, it's not going to do a perfect recreation. That is shaping this thing up to be huge. Just how the rest of the engine's going to end up. Because, yeah, look at how much space I still have. I mean, this would maybe cover the end of the engine, but I'd still have to have space for the tender. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to expand the station out. Or not the station, the shed out. Now, the one that saves me on space is... The drive wheels are very close to the bogey here, so I think I only need like 1 block of space. Let's get... Oh, apparently I swapped them all for slabs. That's fine. We'll work with that. Let's see... How does this look? If I do... Actually, you know what? I should have just left that there. Because I'm going to do this. And then we'll slab that in. Try and step back a little bit more to get more of the scale in. Just switching my picture. And let's see. Kind of using my cursor to help visualize where this is going to line up. Because the streamlining comes up, makes a little loop here, or bump here. And then it needs to sweep up the apex of the streamlining and the smoke box coming to the top of the boiler. It's almost over the last wheel of the bogey. That is kind of a steep curve, but it is in real life too. So I think I can work with that. I don't think I need an extra space there. So let's go on and get this wheelbase laid out. And then how are my... This image shows me the wheels a little better. Yeah, these are very close together. So we can get away with doing like this. And just doing those 1 block. Probably switch these over for full blocks rather than the slabs, but we'll deal with this for now. And then we go there, that, Alright. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to stay on track. And we need to get Railroad Janny in here. He joined me with the puns. I still need to do a tour of my base with him. He's not super big on steam engines, but, you know, it's big trains. That's kind of his thing. Yeah, I think we need to do a stream together with that at some point. Let me step back and take this in a little bit. How does that look? It is really weird having such a narrow space on the drive wheels when you've got such a big space on the bogie. But that's kind of how the actual thing looks. So, you know, I think I'm going to run with it. Now, we do have a decision to make here because remember I talked about earlier, on the actual engine, it's a 462. So there's only one set of wheels on the back, but the engine in the game line is a 464. So do we want to keep the bogie with the same spread, or do we want to make it a little more narrow? I could definitely justify keeping it more narrow because it's only supporting the firebox. It's not taking the full brunt of the engine out front, where it would, you know, the wider wheelbase is going to help it more. Let's see what it looks like with the existing wheelbase, and we'll go from there. Now, there is a little bit more space on this one. So let's go with 2 block enough? Yeah. We're departing a little bit from what the actual thing's going to look like here, so we'll put this up. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, geez, this thing is huge. Because this is just the engine. I still have to build the tender. And then the rest of the shed to go around it. I think I'm going to end up ripping out any of this hill. Which, you know, I don't have any particular attachment to, so I'm not concerned with it. Yeah, that's too wide here. I think we're going to do it. We're going to make a smaller bogie up here. Yes, I like that much better. That looks a lot more natural. Okay. So there is our wheelbase. We need to go through and set this up. I'm going to go grab actual Blackstone blocks for the other wheels here. And here. Go. Come on. And there. See, I've done a lot of building of reference images and either real-life stuff or stuff from fantasy, and just putting that into Minecraft. I guess that's kind of my specialty, I suppose. If you can say that I have one of those. Let's just go on and get this set. Oh, hey, Neo's rating! How's it going, Neo? Thanks very much for that. I actually have the sound alerts working, so I can hear when things are going on now. I do need to scroll down my chat a little bit, though. There we go. There we go. Now I can see that. But yeah, thanks so much for the raid. So, for everybody joining in here, what we are working on, this is my Minecraft base on Scarworld. And as you can see, there's a lot of train action going on here. We are working on building the Dreadnaught, which my base is based off of a pen and paper RPG that I developed. The Dreadnaught are the big boy engines. These are the ones that are carrying, huge armored, streamlined engines that are carrying most of the heavy materials and making the treks way across this sort of lost world area. Sort of dangerous. Let me go ahead. I said just for our other people coming in, I will switch back. This is what this thing looks like. You can see the engine here, and this is actually the reference image we ended up printing in the Game Master's Guide where we first published it. So I've got a whole bunch of references here that we're working off of, but I am designing this thing in here. Now, we're departing from reality a little bit just in how the setup, and I've been talking about this as I go through, so if I say anything that sounds confusing, one, it's a lot of train talk. I'm a train nerd. Feel free to shout out if you have questions or you're confused on anything or want to learn. I like some of the education aspect of these sort of things. This is just a fun hobby for me as far as trains are concerned. But, yeah, so anyway, so the original engine that this is based off of, this is based off of a JNR C53 number 43. Number 43 is the only one of this class that was streamlined. The original engine is a 462, meaning there's 4 non-drive wheels, 6 drive wheels, and then 2 non-drive wheels in the back. The engine in our game is a 464, so it's just figuring out the positioning of the wheels and getting the non-drive wheel bogey figured out, and I think we've got a good look here. Let me swing back. Yeah, that looks natural. That looks like it's going to follow pretty much the look that I'm going for. I like it. Okay, cool. We're good there. Now, so this is the front plow. The actual armor for this thing actually comes out a bit more. There's not really running plates like you have on the other engines where you can see the boiler. The running plates would be the base of the engine that runs over top of the wheels, and then you'd have the big circular boiler that goes up here. For this one, you don't really have running plates because you've got all this streamlining going on. So, let's do some looking here. Let me switch over to a reference image on my other screen so that I can see this a little better. Yeah, no, this one's good. Just to show you guys what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking at here. So, do the mouse here. So we've got the front plow and the coupling figured out. We've got our wheelbase sorted, so we've pretty much got that. Now we need to work on this streamlining and the armor plating that goes over. As I said, normally the foot plate would be basically at this bar and then just kind of running all the way back. And you have the running plates going on there. The foot plate actually refers to in the cab. But, so I think we're just going to want to come out an extra block from here and do this up straight over. So let's switch back to Minecraft here. So how do I want to work this? You know what, actually, now that I'm looking at this, actually I think I can do something a little bit different with this plow design. We're going to take these here, because it really does have that sort of catch on the inside of it. I think we can capture that. I was originally thinking it was too fine of a detail than what I could capture with blocks, and I don't want to build the whole thing with armor stands. But I'm looking at it, I think we can get that effect using the stairs upside down like this. I wish I had a way to do it where I could get these to connect properly, but there's just no way that it's going to function in Minecraft. And I don't have another one there to really connect it. So yeah, I think we're gonna leave it like that. But yeah, I think that works. So that gives us that sort of swoop up, and then it kind of plows back out. And then we can do smaller plow here. And then the streamlining kicks in from there. So I think we're actually going to carry the streamlining and armor plating out to here. Normally the running plates would just go along this side, and then I'd have this extra block for detailing, but there's not a whole lot of detailing that's going to be going on with this, at least as far as the, for any partial blocks or anything going on in here. It is armored, so the armor is going to push its way out. So yeah, I think we're just going to end up doing blocks out there. So let's push this here. Put that. Right. This has to curve up, doesn't it? How do I want to get the slope of this? I think we're going to do like this. Just because I do need, with the streamlining, it does kind of bend out a little bit further. And actually this should go here as well. Which means we need that there, so it covers up the hole. We're going to put another set here. And then, yeah, that kind of captures, because it starts sloping back, or curving back, right after that part. How does this look? I think that looks pretty close. It is hard to tell some of the definition on it, just because it is all the same block color, and let's face it, the black blocks do not distinguish very well against each other. I really wish I had some other black block options. If we could get stairs and slabs for concrete, that would be fantastic. Although, you know, it would be cool for making things, you know, map over and look right. But at the same time, it takes some of the challenge out. They gotta strike that balance. But yeah, I think this will cover what I'm looking for. And then you do get these little bit of a pit kind of coming in here from the plow. Yeah, I think that covers the curves that I'm looking for. Normally, I would put the coupling up here, because that's more where would be positioned on the real one. But I need it to be able to match up with the couplings for the other engines and coaches and things that I've designed in here. So we'll have to deal with that small inconsistency. Alright. So then where are we at here? We're out one block here. I do a lot of wandering back and forth to remember what the hell I did over here. Back 2 blocks on this one. So just do that. Have to do there. Which means I did... do a full-size block on here, and then that's where I do my stairs. Helps if I put it in the right spot. That. That. And we have upside down, upside down, upside down. Like that. Lovely jubbly. And then let's see. The curve for this thing really does taper a bit when it's coming on the top half. Let me switch back over so you can see what I'm looking at. So we've got this sort of a sweeping curve coming up. And I think we're about to this section as far as the build is concerned. But after this point, you can see how sharp this curve is and how steep it is. It really slopes off. So I think we're going to want to switch to half slabs rather than doing stairs in here. Don't know how far back yet. Well, the top of the curve, where we start having just the straight section and then the other slope that covers the boiler, ends right about here with the bogey. Let's get up here and see how we can make this look. So if we do this, this, and we're just going to slope this with half slabs and see how this curve ends up looking. It kind of just becomes a straight shot, but there's not much I can do about that. It's Minecraft. I got a feeling I'm going to have to slope this a little different, though. Yeah, no, we're definitely going to need to stretch this out a little bit more. So I think we'll go to there, and then we'll start doing it 2 blocks. Let me get back to where I was. So we want to go half slab, half slab, half slab. So 3 half slabs. And then we'll start doing it by 2 blocks. Oh, and you know what? Let me get some more half slabs here. Or, oh, I got a stack. We're fine. We're good. We're good. If I can actually make it back up on this thing, jeez. Really? Come on. Yeah, I definitely need to put a derp thing on here for my emojis. So we want to go 3, and then we're going to cut this off. Then we'll do it by twos. So we'll still go up. Nope, not the steps. Here, 1, 2. I might be able to do something with stairs there. 1, 2. Up, 1, 2. How does that look? Should give us a little bit more of a sloping curve. Yeah, I think that's what we want. I think that looks good. Okay. We have our curve. And then, let me get another reference pulled up here. So the secondary slope to go up over top of the boiler and the smoke box, if I could talk, starts about midway on the bogey. So right about here. So I'm going to throw a block up here. Show that that's where that's going to start. So we can get our slope. I'm doing it again. It's okay. We're going to fill this in, and then that's going to make this a lot easier because then I can just step. I may need to toss some light in here to help mob-proof a little bit, but we'll deal with that. Alright. So we'll fill these in. And then we're going to stop on this row. And I'm still going to bring this back. There we go. And now we can get a front look at it. Oh yeah, that looks intimidating. Even though it's just a big wall of black. I mean, bear in mind, this thing would be traveling at like 60 miles an hour. And it's just this huge chunk of metal. I like it. That already looks intimidating, and we haven't even added in the slope for the boiler yet. Okay. Sorry, getting a quick crack off of my neck there. Alright, and then as far as the bottom section, let's go on and get this. So it really does cover almost to here, I think. And then we get this. And then we need to go here. And it covers the top portion of the wheels. You can still see the connecting rods, and you would have to for maintenance. Does that give us enough of a slope? No, I think I'm going to put one more there. So that covers this portion, and then we can fill in from there. Okay. Let's get some blocks and just fill in a lot of this. I'll take this one out so I can just use a full block here. And we're definitely going to want to go back in and try to do some things with the block choices here so that we get a little bit more variation in this, and then it can add some additional details in. Get some stuff that kind of looks like, you know, doors and handles and that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm liking it. I think it's coming together good. Let's see if I can get up top here. And I should not fall through now, because we've got this. Let's get some full blocks in there. And then this is going to run straight back, pretty much. Do I want to just go in and get that done? You know what? Let's go ahead and do that, because that runs pretty much to here, and then we get another curve that goes down over this bogey. And again, we're going to have to kind of play with this a little bit, since we don't... the real engine doesn't have a four-wheel bogey in back. I think, actually, if we just mirror what we have here, since we get a four-wheel bogey on front, we can work with that. So for that, we did... Oh, I'm out of half slabs. Let's go get some more. Polish system. That should be enough for now. Let's see, so we cover that straight up, so we have half slab here, and then we did a stair. And yeah, we're gonna have to go like this, just so I can get the half slabs in. You know, and I can use a full block here, why don't I? Save my half slabs for later. Honestly, I can use full blocks for all of this. So I think I might as well go back and swap those out. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good for us. We will have to figure out some way to be able to climb into this thing. I definitely do want to make all of these engines where you can actually climb into them. The scale doesn't exactly work right for Minecraft. I have to build them a little bit oversized of what they'd be like in real life. Just because of the blocks we're using, but, you know, that's how it goes. Yeah, let's just go on and get this filled in so I got an idea here. Let's do my usual 3 jump here. And this is all a straight shot. Ooh, wait. There actually is... Let me switch back over here. There actually is a slight indentation on this one. On this back half. I think I will... And I'm just really looking for anything I can use to give me some extra definition here. If I had the half blocks, that would be perfect for that. I don't think we're going to get that, though. I think I can get away with just going on and doing this. Put the... We'll just run it right up against the wheels here. Actually, since I'm doing that, this does have a little bit of a slope, so we'll put that there. Stretch that out a little bit more. Gives us some amount of texture variation, so it's not a solid wall. Alright. Let's get our rest of this put in. And actually, we're going to stop here, because about here is where the cab starts. Actually, we're going to even back that up 2 more, just in case I want to slope that. So we have a very clear visual break. Okay. We'll also have to figure out some sort of mob proofing on there, but that will come later. Oh, I need a slab and fill that hole. There, got it. I'm surprised I managed that on the first try. Yeah, I think we're looking good here. Again, this is one of these projects where I've been putting it off for a while, but I know as soon as I actually sit down and do it, it's going to look awesome. And it's going to feel great actually having this section done. So that's just the bottom half of the streamlining. Now I got to work out the boiler. And now this one, we do have a little bit of a complex curve, because not only does it curve up this way, we curve in slightly here for the boiler. So let's see, how are we going to do this? So I think I'm going to just go on and use stairs for this section here. Let's go.
I don't need no instructions to know how to rock.
Hey, there it goes. Hopefully you can hear it this time. I did play with the volume, so I think that got it fixed now. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Cool. Let's do this way so I can kind of start the complex curve here. And we're going to do stairs going this direction. Now this is a very steep curve, so it does throw it in a little bit of a weird spot. I think we need to go with a full block and then a stair on top. Although it slopes this way a little bit. Let's just play with this. We'll shave some more off of it if we need to once we get going here. Trying to figure out curves. It's hard enough to make a curve in a game of blocks, but now I'm trying to do complex ones where we're doing curves on curves. I got one this way and going this way. You know what? No, this makes it too... Is a steep curve, but I think that makes it too steep. I think I actually need to make these slabs. Means we need to use slabs on here. Oh. I'm just gonna knock the corner off here so I can play with stuff there. How does this look from down there? It's really hard to tell the definition with this. It's gonna go to a single block center. I think that apex is a little too shallow. I think I want this taller for how the thing looks. Which means we need to make the curve steeper. Okay, how are we gonna do this? I definitely want to use the stairs here, because that will give us the gradation here. And I really don't want to throw another half slab on this. Unless I make those half slabs, and then we can go... But the half slabs are going to make it shorter. I think we're just going to have to deal with this being a little bit tall. Oh. Not the half slab one. What? The curve really does need to be steeper. And then we'll do full-size blocks here. This needs to go... I really need to fill more of this in so that I know what I'm doing here. As if I ever know what I'm doing. That has two going back in this way. Yeah, one more. Let me get one of these like that. Yeah, like that, I think. And then we're gonna do like this. And there is a little bit of a fin that comes off of here, but I don't think I can capture that with blocks. That's probably gonna be a detail I have to come back and get later. We'll worry about that then. Anyway, we got... Ooh, unless... I can do that... with a half slab here... It's a little bit thick, but I think I can get away with it, because we'd still have the curve, but then this makes up that, here, I'll switch back over. This part here. So like I said, I can't really capture that going down the front very well. I may have to figure out a way to do that with armor stands or something. But for the portion coming up, at least coming up covering where the smokestack is, well, there's not really a stack on this one because it's all streamlined. But yeah, for the smoke shield there, I think we can get away with this. So we still need stair, block, stair. Let's just do stair, block, stair there, just to move you back a little bit further. And I'm out of stairs. Let's go get some more of those. Yeah, I still got some. That's fine. We'll just do that. There we go. Okay. I gotta come over here to get the stairs so I can get up here. Trying to move around on builds is difficult sometimes. There we go. Something like that, I think. Let's do... Perfect. Sit mechanic to the rescue. And I think if we just do that for like 3... We'll probably do, because this one does the wider smoke outlet design. I said not really smoke stack because there's no stack coming out. I suppose there is a stack under the streamlining. Sorry, quick sip of tea there. I might just stick carpets on here and then do my campfires underneath. We can come back to that. But that gives us this, and then coming down the rest of the train where we have the curve, we can do like this. So that just gives us that little bit of a flare around where the smokestack would be. Let's see how this looks. I don't like how much that tapers at the top, but I don't know what to do with it. I don't really want to make it to 2 block. I might have to, actually. I might have to make this block come out more. Yeah, because this doesn't look right, I don't think. Let's take these out. I suppose it does taper off very sharply there, so we can get away with this if we need to. have blocks underneath? Yes, I do. I can stand here. Well, I don't have blocks under that one. Let's see. How does this look from down there?
See, but that just makes it look very blocky. So I need to keep the slope going out here. Yeah, I gotta bring this slope around. So then maybe just this portion here needs to also be a steep slope. So we'll do like that. I mean, that does tie it in better with the other curve. Yeah, there's no blocks under there, so we'll set this up here. Pick up our supplies. How does that look? Closer. I think I may just need to do some different detailing for the front. Which there would be anyway, because there would be a door here to get access to clean the firebox. Or the smoke box, rather. I think that's fine for the basic shape, but then the front section I'm going to detail better. I can live with that, I think. Alright. Let's see if we get the rest of this thing figured out here. So it should be just carrying my curves along. Leave it there. Oh wait, I can't do this full thing because I gotta have these curves here. So then that's just gonna be a half slab. Okay, we can do that. Or at least we'll see how it looks. Get this pushed out all the way here. Switch over to my half slabs. Just let those drop, I'll pick them up in a minute. I am going to go ahead and do that there, just so we've got something that kind of covers. Coming off of the smoke shield there. Let's go down and pick up our drop blocks. Alright. How are we looking? Alright, so from a side profile, I think this looks good. I think that pretty well captures the curve. The front I'm not as stoked about, but I'll do some detailing there. I don't know if I'm going to do that with armor stands. I'll have to play with that. But we can work on that part. Get that up so I can... Okay, gonna have to grab a taller stair. There we go. So the side profile I'm good with. This part, yeah, we're gonna leave this as a double wide for the smoke. I think that's good as far as the top curve is concerned. And there's really not any detailing blocks that go in up here, so I don't need that. I'm fine with making that a bottom half slab. Because you can see, like on the other engines here, they had like the dome and the bell and that sort of thing. Let me get back over. Come on. Get out of here. There we go. So you can see where on the Sterling, where it had the dome and the bell and that sort of thing. You need that to be a full block underneath it so that you can get those detailing blocks put in. This thing doesn't have that sort of stuff going on over top. So I am good to leave that as bottom half slabs. It mob proofs it for one. At least those blocks. But then that'll also finish off my curve. So I think we're good there. Okay, so next step is going to be filling it in on this side. And we need a lot more full blocks. And I think we're good on stairs and half slabs. So yeah, we just need some more full blocks polished. I think 4 stacks will do us. Okay, let's see if I can figure out what the heck I did off of here. So we did to there. Then we did a stair. Then the rest of that is full blocks all the way over to here, where we did 2 half slabs. Got it. And then we did half slabs underneath. Yeah, we went all the way to the back wheel. And then the rest of these were just full blocks here. And we'll just pop that one out. Okay. Let's just get this going in a line here. Come on, get in the right spot. There we go. Yep, and then we can just fill that in there. I'll leave the half slabs where they are. Go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we definitely need to add some extra detailing in here. I said a lot of this I'm probably going to end up doing with armor stands to figure out. And the real fun part is I got to make another one of these things. Oh boy. That's definitely going to make life interesting. The times you wish you had admin where you could just go dump it. You could just copy it over and throw it in. Alright. And we're leaving that because then we got to figure out the cab. Okay. Let's push this across. Or at least just following this curve down. And nope, that needs to be a sticker. Come on, there we go. Hey, so how's it going? I'll swing out. Since we got somebody new coming back in, I'll show you what we're working on here in just a second. Let me finish this row, so I can just kind of describe to you. I am working on the big boy engines, the Dreadnaughts, for the base here. So I'll swing out, and you can see this is what it looks like, and we're going to have to do some detailing later. But yeah, this is a big, armored, streamlined monstrosity. And if I switch over, this is what it's based off of. So for the real-life equivalent, this is kind of what we're recreating to put into Minecraft. This is the original image is a JNR C53. And it's number 43. Number 43 is the only one of these engines that have been streamlined like this. Some slight differences with it in the game line that I've accounted for here, just as far as the wheel layout and that sort of thing is concerned. 1879. Yes. Yeah, that is the game line that I am the line developer off of. So, yeah. In the original design, it's a 462, so there's only 2 wheels here on the back. In the game line, it's a 464, so we get 4 unpowered wheels on the back here. And the rest of the details that are going to come into it are really going to just be affected on the micro detailing. I don't have to worry too much about those right at the moment. I just saw a hole, and I'm now missing where it was. Back up here. Where did I see a hole? I swear I saw a hole. Or is that just the smokestack? Yeah, okay. I think it was just the smokestack that I saw. I'm like, I see sky. There's not black there. What's going on? It is almost midnight here, so, you know, my eyes can start playing tricks on me, too. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the front detailing on this yet, but I need to go back and add some more things in. As far as the access part to clean the smoke box and that sort of thing. You know, if this was Thomas, I'd just go put a face on it and be done. But no, we're not doing that. Yeah, I think we're good there. So now I gotta figure out how in the heck I'm gonna do the cab. Because this is gonna get interesting. This is another one where we have a complex curve to deal with, but this part is really just kind of flat. Almost. Let's throw this down. You know what? We may be able to just copy that curve going up. Now, I can't do that fully because there is a little bit of a slope on the cab that extends out here. I think I can start it that way, though. So let's go like this. You know what? I think this is where I'm gonna need to do some extra detailing. Because there are windows here that you would need to see out. And up polished blackstone walls. I need some more of those. Where'd you go? God, this thing is just a black monstrosity here. Now that does bring this curve in a little bit, but I think we can be okay with that. And then I can throw some glass panes in here. Now this doesn't bode well for sloping is the problem. Oh, hey, Neo! Thanks for the subscription. I think you are my very first subscriber, so you'll definitely get the founder badge. Awesome. Ah! We got flap flaps. I couldn't hear them over the music. Okay, let me go sleep. We will go sleep this off. There we go. Awesome. All right. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think my very first emoji I put in there is puppy break. So, I'm still playing with those, getting the layout and that sort of thing done for the channel, so those may change as I play around with some stuff, but, I'm new to the affiliate thing, so more stuff to play with as I get going here. Anyway, let's go here. So how can I...
hey! It's like a collab that cracked the rainbow in my brain!
Yes. I love that one. I got a bunch of Adult Swim sound clips and that sort of thing. You know what, actually... Let's go on... Let's just keep that as a full block. We'll make this... come around here. And we're going to change this one to do this. So we get that little bit of a complex curve here. And this does curve on the actual cab. This part does curve here, and then it's got a very slight taper. So I think we can do that with slabs. So if we stick that in there... That is a little bit square. I think I want to just knock the corner off and put it down like that. But yeah, I think we can work with this. Now, the real question is, once we're above the boiler, do we want to go ahead and do a quick slope up here? This looks to go pretty even on the original engine, but I can make that variation. I think I will go on and do that. You know what, let's do like that, so we keep that little bit of a taper there. Just to knock that corner off. And once we get this filled in, let's see how this looks. Ooh, I'm liking that. I think that looks good. We need to fill in the sides of the cab here. But yeah, I like how that looks. Swing around this way. Let's see if I can pop up and catch it from the front here. You know what? From up here, that front actually doesn't look bad. It's just up close that it really, that you really see the blockiness. But once you move away more, you get more of the taper. But yeah, I like that slope of the cab. I think that's good. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think we're going to do here because the actual window does come down a little bit on the side. So we're going to do that here. Yeah, that was not what I meant to do. Yes, Sonny, I see you sitting down there, and I know you're going to try and jump on me. Yep, see, here he comes. He's up in the corner. What are you doing? Hang on a second. Let me work on this. Let me get this done, and I'll see you in a second, okay? So we'll drop that down. Let's throw this in. We'll do a window, and then we have like that. And then we'll do some glass panes to help make that section there. Yeah! I need some window panes. I want gray there, I think. Maybe light gray. I have white panes. I think I should be able to re-dye them here. Did I hit something? I don't know why I suddenly stopped flying. Let's see, where did I throw those panes at? I just had them. I was finally going through and filling in the window panes on the station earlier. Yeah, there's a couple. Now, do I have some light gray dye already? I can go make more if I need to. But I know I got supplies in here. Where are you? There's gray dye. Aha! There's some light gray dye. I don't need a lot, so let's just get what we can here. That's... okay, that does the full thing. That's fine. We got etho glass here. Let's see, I go with the light gray so it has a little bit more contrast. You know, I'm kind of desperate for any sort of... oh, wait. Didn't get quite everything. As I was saying, sort of desperate for any sort of color change that I can get in here. And then that's going to make that look smooth. On the actual engine, the doorway is open there. Yeah, I like that. It's subtle, but it meshes well. And then for the actual engine, we had... this. We'll do... this. And then this had some running plates going up to it. There was 2 on the bottom on the original engine, but yeah. Yeah, the scale doesn't really work for Minecraft, but I still want to throw that in just so I get that little bit of detailing. And like I said, I will make some changes here for the outside to texture that a little bit more. change around some block choices. Give that something a little more to look at. Another change from the original is that there will be machine gun mounts on either side of the cab. This thing is actually armored. Well, armored and armed. But yeah, I'm liking that. Let's get a look from up here. What do you guys think? I like it. I think we're doing good here. Especially from up here. I mean, I think that really just captures it. That up high shot there really gets what I'm going for. You know, the real sad part is a lot of this is going to be covered over from the outside because I'm going to build the station or the shed up around it. This is going to be, I mean, at least for this one, this is going to be one more where you're going to have to go inside to to explore the base to view it. And I don't mind that. It's just, you know, you go through all this effort and it's not immediately visible once you're done. It's okay, because I'm going to do another one out there. And that one will be in its full glory with a full train going on behind it. But I knew I wanted to put one inside of the shed. So I wanted to make sure that I knew how big it needed to be before I built the shed up. Because if I had designed it out there, I would have no idea how that would translate in here. So putting it in the shed is definitely the better option, since this is where I have to worry about tight quarters. But yeah, awesome. I think that looks fantastic. Now I gotta worry about the tender. And this is gonna get interesting. I need some glowstone to help fill in the rest of this. I don't think I have any on hand, so I'm going to need to trade with my villagers here. Let's throw what I can in this. Try to keep what I can in the shulkers. Because otherwise, if I leave it in the chest, then I just end up with chests later on everywhere. At least the shulkers I can throw in somewhere. That can despawn, I don't care. Okay, let's go trade with some villagers real quick. Probably a good idea to do a little bit of minor repair work anyway. And let's just go... I have some red dyes here. I have other emeralds, but while we're at it, let's go on and sell some of this. Oh, right, I forgot that I actually did put in the pressure plates for these guys now. So the door will close behind me. So pardon the quick break while I grab some more emeralds. Let's go and repair this. So you can see these are the last of the guys that I'm working on filling in here. I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more red slots to fill in, and then these guys all do white, so I can dispose of bone meal. Okay, we'll dump that in. Let's grab like 2 stacks here. That should be plenty for my glowstone. I'll repair the bow here. Is it one more layer? Yeah, no, but it is this one. And we do our glowstone. Oop, that was not what I meant to do. Good thing it missed him. Okay, that's repaired. we're just going to go all the way down the line here. Alright. Good enough. I will dump off the last of these emeralds that I have here. Okay. And I had some anvils over there already, so I don't need to worry about crafting more. Man, that's looking cool. Now, how the heck far back am I going to need to go? Just to switch over here. So here's our engine, here's our tender. If I go... This is a 3-wheel base. This is probably about as big as from here to the last drive wheel, I'd say. Maybe slightly larger. Let's switch back over to the Minecraft land. So how many blocks would that be? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe slightly larger, and we still need a gap in there. I'm going to go back 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. That should give us just a little bit of space to get the rest of this filled in here. I don't have the great concrete powder for this right now, but I'm not too worried about that. We'll get that filled in a little bit. Oh no, my anvils are over here, that's right. I do need to go through with logs and get all the railroad ties put in around the base. It's one of those ones where, again, I just haven't gotten there. Bunch of small little detail items that I just haven't gotten to. Oop. There, get caught on the grass. We can take that out of there now because I got plenty of glowstone in to light it up. And this is very tight, so I think we can go with just like a 1-block gap and be okay. But it's going to more or less copy that design. Well, there's that taper on the back. And there's no extra slopes for it, so... It is pretty much just a straight shot. So we'll throw the... Oh, that's not what I want to hit. Let's go here. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll start with that. Let's figure out... Oh, man, let me go get the regular blackstone stairs so we can do our wheels. And we'll sort of get that started. Yeah, let me just grab one more stack of these things just to make sure. Okay. And it is definitely a 3-wheel, well, 6-wheel. 3-wheel on this side. So I think we do here. Can we get away with one wide gap on there? Let me get another reference picture. And it is very hard to see on this because it is armored. Let's see. I think this one's our best shot. Ooh, actually this is a 4-wheel. Let me switch over here real quick. So this is so this would be an 8-wheel tender total. So to cram that much in, I could call an audible though and make this a 3-wheel tender. I don't have to stick with that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So if we go, let's see how this looks. Yeah, no, it needs to be 4-wheel. We need the extra length on there. It would just look too awkward otherwise. That, and that. And that, and that. Let's come back out here. And that kind of straight. Yeah, no, that definitely is the way to go. That is the call. Okay. So let's get this done here. And then we need to go up here. Sweetness. And then let's just copy our curves. And I am fine with this having a little bit of a flare out compared to how it looks with the walls on this one. Yeah, we should be fine there. Okay. Connect that up. And then we're just going to make this even with the top here, because that's how it is in the actual engine. So the rest of this should just be a lot of slabs, I believe. Pop that. And yeah, we're gonna have to take that one down. And that just comes over 3 wide. And we'll need mob proofing eventually, but we'll deal with that later. Okay. this going here. See how that looks from the ground. Oh, yeah. Oh, that looks awesome. And I said I definitely need to do some detailing and filling some in a little bit more. Give this a little bit of extra character. But yeah, that looks sweet. Let me go sleep so we can see it during the day. Kind of hard to tell at night. And yes, I see you down under my mouse arm here, Sonny. I must have landed on something there. And I am probably going to be wrapping up here in just a moment. Thank you for sleeping. We'll rush the night through there. I told you that doesn't mean you need to jump up. Sit down. We're going to wrap up in a little bit, and then we'll bring you on camera here. All right. Let's head back now that we got some daylight here. It'll actually be nice once I get the shed walls going up on the back so I can have a little bit of a backdrop. Oh, that looks sweet. It definitely needs some work to detail it, but as far as the overall shape is concerned, yes. Yes, I absolutely love this. That looks fantastic. And I think that really properly captures the scale of, holy crap, these things are huge. I mean, you can see how big the other engines are, but you know, just look at for my Minecraft character to try and get up in there. It's just, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I don't know how because I do want to make this so that you could get in. I'm gonna have to sneak something in the gap in between the engine and the tender, so that you can climb up. Because holy crap, this thing's enormous. This is a building. Oh man, but yeah, that is looking fantastic. It needs some playing with. They need to do some toying with it here to finish it off. And I will probably do that on another stream here. I don't know if I'm going to do that on stream tomorrow. I do want to stream tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to do Minecraft tomorrow or if I'm going to pick something else to play for a little bit. I've had my StarCraft series going, which I don't think is getting a whole lot of attention, but honestly, I don't particularly care. It's something that I want to do. Like I said, I'm going to do what I want to do. If people come around for the live, fantastic. And it's getting late and I'm starting to slur my words, so let's try that again. If people want to come along for the ride, that's fantastic. There we go. But, but I'm also thinking, I've been doing Skitty Skylines quite a bit, so I might end up playing that a little bit, doing some layout for some things there. But yes, that is looking great. I am happy that I've got this started. All right, well, thank you so much for joining in with me, everybody. Really appreciate getting the attention, the feedback. It's always nice to have an extra set of eyes taking a look at what you're doing, just to make sure you're not crazy. But I always like having that sanity check, and I do appreciate that. So let's switch back over to the camera view here, and I am going to pull up the old Twitch and see who's online, so I can see who I can leave you with. Let's see. From my other, I don't have any Scarworld peeps on at this point. I do have. Let's go to Lil Awesome. Lil Awesome 20. Another person playing Minecraft right now. Oh, let me real quick. I'm gonna pause the music. I will give us the quick puppy break before we wrap up here. Come on. Yep, he's all ready to go. Come on up here. We'll get the quick attention. How you doing, buddy? You're ready for bed, huh? You're poking at me because you want to go lay down and go to sleep. Aren't ya? Yeah, you want some attention again. I have been playing with you all day today, but you still want more attention, don't you? Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good pop, aren't you, Sonny? Are you a good boy? You get kisses? You get kisses? He's pawing, but he doesn't have kisses right now. That's okay. He tends to get more moochy once he's in bed. All right, hop down. Hop down. Good boy. All right, let's go ahead and get our raid going in. So once again, as I type this in here, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. And like I said, I should be back with another stream here tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to be Minecraft or something else. We'll see what I'm in the mood for. Sunny, sit. There. We will raid some 20. Oh, did that... Oh, yeah, helps if I spell correctly. Alrighty, we will send that on through. So, as I keep saying, thanks again for tuning in, everybody, and we will see you guys next time.